he is a recovering alcoholic, and it got so bad to where he would become violent and threatening to me in front of the kids. And then the last straw was finding drugs in my son's room.
What was the worst issues when you did go to meet him with the children?
He became violent because I didn't bring his guns, and he started cussing and yelling loudly. And that just, obviously that wasn't good for the kids.
Okay. We are here this morning on cause number FM 25-007821. McBride versus McBride. Counsel, you may proceed.
Your Honor, Larry Shuba Jr. and I'm representing the petitioner, Ms. Jennifer McBride. We're here for a default on a divorce. And we're ready to move forward today. I believe that we have filed and or uploaded every document as needed, certificate of last known address, all the soldier information that was all filed yesterday. Just a brief background. The evidence briefly that Judge Matthews Rodriguez had heard back in January when we got temporary orders. The father has had a long history of alcohol and drugs, unfortunately around the kids, and unfortunately became very unstable. And we went in front of Judge Matthews Rodriguez back in January, where she granted Ms. McBride to be temporary sole managing conservator, ordered Mr. McBride to have supervised access through an agency, or if Ms. McBride would do it, and you'll hear a little bit about that she did try to do 2 or 3 times. Also for him to do pretty intensive drug testing and some battered intervention program. He's done nothing. And we don't know that he's a horrible person. He's just got a bad issue with drugs. And so she's moving forward today. We are asking that she be you grant the divorce and that she be appointed as sole managing conservator. He's a possessory. The visitation is outlined in both our proposed disposition of issues and more specifically in the order that we have uploaded that we would hope for you to sign today. Also to we've essentially taken all the temporary order language on the testing and all the things that he needs to do in order to get back with his kids. You're going to briefly hear that she tried to have a couple of times. The only thing he seemed to be mostly worried about was either showing up at the home unannounced or trying to get a gun back. So she's been very concerned about that. So we've awarded her there's a rifle and a gun, and we've awarded her that, and also have some separate property that she's awarded. And then the only other thing that's different, and then I'll be introducing a spreadsheet, is that she is being awarded the house. The house has a lot of issues, and it's going to take a whole lot to ever get it to be able to sold. We have an equalization that she is going to pay to him to even up. There's not a lot of assets other than that. They've gone through all retirements, everything that's out there. There's just not much money left. My client makes about $4,100 a month gross. It's been a very, very, very hard, long battle for her. As far as what we're going to be asking for today, she has been on chips. She's had the kids on chips. She's going to continue that. However, he is there's been a little hiccup on it, but she's going to continue that process, and she would be responsible for that. She does have dental insurance available that she's also having. And Your Honor, we had the child support that was ordered was a very minimal amount. Unfortunately, we tried to base it on what we think his last job was, but we have no knowledge. We have no information. We don't even know where he's really living right now. But we think he's working because he seems to always have money, always be driving a car. I don't have a lot of information. Judge Matthews Rodriguez had set it at $445 for 2 kids. He hadn't paid that, so I don't know that it's going to be real money either way. So we are going to be asking for child support, and I think we have a touch of reimbursement for some dental insurance or the CHIP insurance. And then ultimately on our spreadsheet, there's not a lot of assets, but she's asking to keep the house with an equalization payment. And with that, I'd like to bring Ms. McBride to the stand.
Okay. Ms. McBride, would you please raise your right hand and be sworn? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Go ahead.
And please state your full name.
Jennifer Rochelle McBride.
And Ms. McBride, you're currently married to Draper Scott McBride.
Yes.
And prior to the filing of this petition, had you or him resided in Travis County, Texas for at least 6 months?
Yes.
Has your marriage become insupportable due to discord or conflict?
Yes.
Is there any reasonable chance of reconciliation?
No.
Y'all have 2 children born to this marriage, is that correct?
Correct.
And what are their names and ages?
Zeta McBride, he's 11, and Eda McBride is 9.
Okay, are you pregnant or is there any other child that you're aware of that's been brought into this marriage?
No.
Okay. And we are going to be asking the court to grant a divorce today. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And through a default process, he was given notice. He's never showed up to anything and he's never done anything he's been ordered to do. Is that essentially correct?
Yes.
So just briefly for the court, briefly describe the drug situation and how that impacted your kids.
Well, he is a recovering alcoholic and he is using drugs. It got so bad to where he would become violent and threatening to me in front of the kids. And then the last straw was finding drugs in my son's room.
Okay. Now, since we went to court in January and you were appointed as temporary managing conservator and he was not awarded any visitation other than through an agency or through your supervision, has there been attempts that you've allowed him to see the children?
Yes.
And about how many times?
About 4 or 5.
And is just again, very briefly for the court, how did that go?
Not so good.
Okay. Did you meet him in a public place?
Yes.
Okay. Now, as part of this final decree, we're asking that you be appointed as sole managing conservator. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is that because of both domestic violence situations between you and him and with the issues that he has created in your household with your children? And your children have suffered from this greatly. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the visitation that we're asking for is to be either through an agency in a step-up situation or by you, because out of the goodness of your heart, you were trying to let your kids see him. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And would there be any, well, I'm sorry, briefly for the court, what was the worst issues when you did go to meet him with the children?
He became violent because I didn't bring his guns, and he started cussing and yelling loudly, and that just, obviously that wasn't good for the kids. So
Okay. Now, we have filed proposed disposition of issues, and let me try to pull those up real quick. Now, of course, I'm struggling a little bit, so excuse me. Your Honor, I may need help pulling it out of the box. I was going to pull the proposed disposition of issues in the property division spreadsheet, and I'm not seeing my...
Okay. On the bottom of your screen, there's a green button for share.
Yeah, I've got that, but for some reason, I'm not able to click on what I'm wanting to do right now. Let's see.
Okay, we see it now. Go ahead.
Okay, good. Ms. McBride, briefly describe what's been marked as P002 exhibit.
this is like the orders.
This is the proposed disposition of issues for our final orders. Is that correct?
Yes.
And this was prepared by us with your help. And do you believe it to be true and correct?
Yes.
And are we asking for the court to award you for instance, we've asked you to be appointed as sole managing conservator. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And Your Honor, I'd like to offer exhibit 2, my first exhibit, exhibit 2.
2's admitted.
And then Ms. McBride, if I can do this one now. Stop sharing. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I have a spreadsheet that is part of our pre-trials that's in the box that I don't seem to be able to upload right now. I don't know if the court can take judicial notice of what's in the box and I can introduce it from that.
Why don't you just offer it? I have access to it, but you can just offer it.
Ms. McBride, as we had talked and reviewed earlier, I believe it's exhibit number 3 is our proposed division spreadsheet. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And would you like that to be offered into exhibit as Exhibit 3 offered into evidence.
Yes.
And do you believe it to be true and correct to the best of your ability?
Yes.
And this is where we're awarding the assets and debts as you currently have them. Is that correct?
Yes.
You have a house, but the house is not worth as near as much as it used to due to market forces and to severe disrepair. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you have not had the money nor the help from your husband to help fix it?
Correct.
Do you believe it would be in the best interest for the children to remain in this house?
Yes.
And we do have a equalization that you'll be paying your husband. Is that correct?
Yes.
And the rest of the division is just some bank accounts that you have and some separate property that you brought into the marriage that's reflected on this spreadsheet. Is that correct?
Yes.
And do you believe it would be this division is fair and just?
Yes.
Your Honor, I think that's all I have unless you have any other specific questions. I think it's the proposed order that we have is outlines it traces most of what Judge Mendoza Matthews Rodriguez did, and I would like to urge the court to grant this. It gives all the rights and duties under 153, 132 that Judge Matthews Rodriguez had also ordered. And it's just, we just basically took that order and made it into more of a final order. And I think that we urge the court to grant the divorce and sign this order.
Okay, and just for the record, that last exhibit was P3?
P3.
Okay, that is admitted. And is there a request for a name change?
There is not a request for a name change, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. And
we have an order that's in the box that, again, we're open if you have any issues with it, but we tried to track what Matthews Rodriguez did and put everything that's normally included into our order.
okay, and just maybe if you would just review the child support provisions with me.
Yes, Your Honor. Again, the only we do not have any specific information regarding his employment right now. We do know that he's doing odd jobs and working. We don't know anything else. Based on that information, the previous child support was set at $445. Again, he's not paid it and he's not reimbursed any money. So I don't know that it's going to be a real number anytime soon anyway. Miss McBride is definitely struggling. It's been a very big hardship. I'm not asking for attorney's fees because they would never be paid, of course. But I believe that the minor amount that we have in there is the best that we could come up with a guess based on what his current lifestyle is. He's driving a car, he's getting around, he's doing things, he's meeting people. We think he's just doing odd jobs, but we don't have an actual place of employment.
Okay.
And I can ask that again from Ms. McBride to confirm that.
That's fine. You can go ahead and get that confirmation.
Ms. McBride, is the best of your understanding, you do not know where he's employed.
That's correct.
And you don't even know that he has a job, but you believe he's working based on what he's doing with spending money and getting around town.
Correct.
Okay. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. Just give me a moment. I'm trying to locate the final decree that was sent in. Okay, here it
I
is.
think it's P6.
Okay.
And just to confirm, Ms. McBride, you are not asking for a name change. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. All right. I will grant the divorce on the grounds of insupportability, and I will enter the decree consistent with what we have discussed here in the virtual courtroom this morning. Ms. McBride will be named as the sole managing conservator of the child, and possession and access will be limited as set out in the proposed disposition of the issues, along with the proposed injunctions, and we'll find that the proposed property division is a just and right division of the community estate. I will enter the decree. And do we have the BVS form?
I believe it was either uploaded or it was filed, but we do have a BVS form.
Okay. If you could email that to Ms. Seeger, that would be helpful. She does not have it, and box is really for the court reporter. So
Right.
if you wouldn't mind sending that to her, we'll get
Yes.
it taken care of.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
All right. Seeing nothing else, y'all are excused from the virtual courtroom, and have a great day. Best of luck to you, Ms.
Thank you.
McBride.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Take care.